I want to start my questions with you, Ms. Lago. Unlike what we have in the Department of Interior, Forest Service doesn't appear to have a comprehensive, longer-term strategy for prioritizing and addressing the deferred maintenance. Back in 2017, the USDA Office of Inspector General recommended the Forest Service develop an integrated strategy. In the report language in FY18 appropriations bill, we directed you to develop that strategy, and the agency said it was going to submit a comprehensive capital improvement plan in spring of 19. We haven't seen the plan yet. Can you tell me what the status of that plan is and what the criteria will be for prioritizing projects that are contained within that deferred maintenance plan?
Sure, thank you, Madam Chairman. So as you described, we have completed a draft comprehensive capital improvement plan, and I'll talk about maybe 3 stages of it. The first component for the capital improvement plan is our assessments of our various assets. So noting that the road system is vast, we don't sample all the, or we don't inventory all the roads on an annual basis. Rather, we characterize the condition of roads using a statistical sample basis. So to get some idea of baseline conditions for roads and to prioritize the road system. For facilities, we have a 5-year rolling assessment of facility conditions. For dams, it's 2 years. Or excuse me, for bridges, it's 2 years. And for dams, we're working at getting our inventory in a 5-year cycle of assessment. So based on that assessment, the second phase is using a model. The criteria for prioritizing is, first of all, access to improving forest condition projects. The second is recreation and public access. The third is a facility or a site being an economic driver. Fire operations is a fourth. So those, the conditions plus the priorities drive a model that help us prioritize projects. And then I said there were 3 components. The third component is some local reflection about projects, you know, from the local regional manager's perspective.
So let me ask Ms. Lago, because I want to get to Mr. Cameron on this too, but it doesn't sound like you are ready with your plan.
We're circulating it among the leadership to get their feedback on it and expect to deliver it up here shortly.
Well, I would appreciate any level of urgency that you can assign to it. We're really trying to highlight where we are with this backlog. And so one of the things that we know is we are really in bad shape when it comes to the deferred maintenance. So I'd like to think that we're not spending so much time trying to figure out whether or not we have a problem. We have a problem, but what's our plan? What's our prioritization? We know that we don't have all the money that we want, but we do need to get moving. Let me turn to you, Mr. Cameron, real quickly. And this relates to Fish and Wildlife Service. Because as we look at the budget justifications that are provided to Congress, Fish and Wildlife has actually been able to reduce its deferred maintenance from approximately $3 billion in FY09 to $1.3 billion in fiscal year 18. So of the 4 land management agencies, they were the only one to be able to reduce their deferred maintenance. They actually cut it by more than 50%. So I guess I'm trying to figure out what are they doing right that the other agencies are not able to adopt. Can you give us some ideas as to what they've been able to implement that we might be able to replicate elsewhere?
One thing I can say, Chairman Murkowski, is that in the President's budget request for the Fish and Wildlife Service, the National Wildlife Refuge System, and the National Fish Hatchery System, we've prioritized trying to protect those assets. But still, the challenge is enormous compared to the resources that are available. I'd be delighted for the record to provide you how the Fish and Wildlife Service has prioritized this and approached it, though.
Well, I would appreciate that, and I think it could be instructive to everyone, whether it's what Forest Service is doing with their plans or elsewise. We're always looking for best practices, and if somebody's actually doing something right, we want to recognize that. Let me turn to Senator Manchin.